Was geht ab, meine Damen und Herren? Herzlich willkommen zurück bei Deutschified, where I take news and pop culture articles from German media, interpret them into English, and add a little bit of my own 2 cents along the way. So, breaking news out of the UK. Actor, Schauspieler Kevin Spacey has gotten himself into some hot legal water once again.
Help! I've escaped from Kevin Spacey's basement! Help me!
This is not the first time that accusations of this nature have been launched against Spacey. So let's dive right into the article. I am going to incorporate a German lesson into this video. Like I've said, I do want this to be a language learning channel first and foremost. We're going to be talking about the different cases in German, like the 4 cases, so stay tuned for that. I did stamp it down in the video if you want to skip directly to that, so feel free to do that. Also, in 4 Fällen Kevin Spacey wegen sexueller Nötigung angeklagt. So, Kevin Spacey has been charged with 4 counts of sexual assault. Von diesem Sturz wird sich nicht mehr erholen. So, basically it says he won't be able to bounce back from this. Sturz is like a slump or a demise, so it says like he won't be able to recover from this downfall. Am heutigen Donnerstag, also am 26. Mai, gab die britische Staatsanwalt in London bekannt, dass sie US-Star Kevin Spacey, 62, wegen 4-facher sexueller Nötigung an 3 Männern angeklagt hat. Laut Staatsanwaltschaft sei Spacey auch angeklagt, quote, eine Person ohne deren Zustimmung zu penetranten sexuellen Handlungen veranlasst zu haben. Die Vorfälle sollen sich zwischen März 2005 und August 2008 in London und im April 2013 im Westengland ereignet haben. So it says, this Thursday on May 26, the British DA's office or Public Prosecutor's Office in London announced or made it aware that US star Kevin Spacey has been charged with 4 counts of sexual assault against 3 men. According to the DA's office, Spacey was also charged with I want to get the exact verbiage of this charge right. So he was also charged with, quote, causing a person to engage in penetrative sexual activity without consent. Pretty sure there's already a word for that. But anywho, so it says the incidents supposedly occurred between March 2005 and August 2008 in London, and also in April of 2013 in West England. Der tiefe Fall des Kevin Spacey, so the deep fall or the great fall of Kevin Spacey. Spaceys Karriere wurde im Jahr 2017 abrupt beendet, nachdem mehrere Männer ihn im Zuge der #MeToo-Debatte beschuldigt hatten, sich sexuell übergriffig verhalten zu haben. Zu diesem Zeitpunkt war Spacey der Star der Netflix-Erfolgsserie House of Cards. Der Streamingdienst beendete die Zusammenarbeit mit ihm. Aus dem Hollywood-Film Alles Geld der Welt wurde er herausgeschnitten und durch Christopher Plummer ersetzt. So it says, Spacey's career was abruptly ended in 2017 after multiple men accused him as part of the the Me Too debate. As part of the the Me Too debate or the Me Too discussion of behaving, inappropriate sexual behavior against them. At this time, Spacey was the star of the hit Netflix show House of Cards. The streaming service cut ties with him, and he was also cut out of the film Alles Geld der Welt. I believe that's the film All the Money in the World. I actually saw that in theaters. It was pretty good. And was replaced with Christopher Plummer. Rest in peace, Doc. We will see you in the future, I'm sure. Yeah. Anyway. Verurteilt wurde vor Gericht allerdings nie. Das einzige Strafverfahren, das gegen ihn angestrengt wurde, eine Anklage wegen unsichtlicher Belästigung eines 18-Jährigen, wurde 2019 von der Staatsanwaltschaft in Massachusetts abgewiesen. So it says, to be clear, he was never convicted by a court. The only criminal proceeding or criminal procedure brought against him was a complaint of unsichtliche Belästigung. So like indecent harassment. I don't know if that's like the official English term, but indecent harassment. I think it was like groping or something of an 18-year-old male. This charge was dismissed in 2019 by the Massachusetts DA's office. So that's what's going on there. Again, I don't want to get too political here. I know this is a very controversial topic, and I will just say that I believe wholeheartedly in the presumption of innocence, and so this case is no different. If these accusations are in fact true, I think that he should face, the same repercussions as any other person would in this situation. I don't think the fact that he's a celebrity should grant him any special, privilege or allow him to evade the law. I know that's very naive of me to think. I'm sure that will in fact happen, but we'll just have to wait and see what a jury of his peers says. Also, weiter mit der Lektion. So, I want to talk really quickly about the 4 cases in German. So just to be clear, those are the nominative, the accusative, the dative, and the genitive. Oh, I'm getting like memories from undergrad now. So I have an example sentence here for you, and the sentence is Die Mutter wäscht ihren Sohn in der Badewanne ihrer Schwester. So, loose interpretation, the mother washes her son in her sister's bathtub, right? Pretty simple. Now, this sentence actually encompasses all 4 cases, and we're gonna break those down one by one. So, the first case, the nominative, der Nominativ, refers to the subject of a sentence, which is, well, first of all, let's back up. So in this sentence, let's first identify the verb. The verb is waschen, right? So the subject is the entity that is performing the verb. So who's doing the washing? Die Mutter. So die Mutter is the sentence, and that is the nominative case. Accusative, der Akkusativ, refers to the direct object of a sentence, and that is the entity that is receiving the verb, so to speak. So, in other words, wer oder was wird gewaschen in diesem Satz. So, what is being washed? The son. So, die Mutter wäscht ihren Sohn. Ihren Sohn, that is going to be in the accusative case. In der Badewanne, in the bathtub. So this is a prepositional phrase, the preposition being in, and in this particular context, uses the dative case, as well as many other German prepositions, such as zu and nach, many different prepositions. There's a whole laundry list. the tricky part is that some prepositions use both the accusative and the dative case depending on the context. I'm not really going to get into that because I need to keep this video under 15 minutes. But in this case, the preposition in the bathtub is using the dative case. And then lastly, we get to the genitive, das Genetiv, and that is used to express possession, right? So, die Mutter wäscht ihren Sohn in der Badewanne. That can be a standalone sentence on its own. However, the sentence reads, die Mutter wäscht ihren Sohn in der Badewanne, ihre Schwester. So in her sister's bathtub, or the bathtub of her sister. And so when you want to express possession, you're going to use the genitive case. So ihre Schwester, that is in the genitive case here. Now I want to go back to the article really quickly and just show you an example of this in context, in the context of this article. So if we look again at this paragraph here. Zu diesem Zeitpunkt war Spacey der Star der Netflix-Erfolgsserie House of Cards. So in this sentence, you can see zu diesem Zeitpunkt. This is in the dative case, right? Because this is a prepositional phrase meaning at this time or at this point in time. Zu diesem Zeitpunkt war Spacey der Star der Netflix-Erfolgsserie House of Cards. This, der Star der Netflix-Erfolgsserie, is in the genitive case because it's saying Spacey, the star of the hit Netflix show. Der Star der Netflix-Erfolgsserie. And I'm not going to get into the specific endings and conjugations that go with all of these different cases, because again, that would be probably a 30 to 45 minute video on its own, but those are readily available on the internet. Let's look at the next sentence. Der Streamingdienst beendete die Zusammenarbeit mit ihm. So in this case, right, der Streamingdienst beendete die Zusammenarbeit. So the streaming service, is ending their collaboration, to interpret it literally, with him. So let's identify the nominative in this sentence. So also der Streamingdienst, that would be the nominative, right? Because that's the subject of the sentence. That is the entity that is performing the verb. What is the verb? Beenden. They're ending, they're terminating. Now for the accusative, so again, what's the direct object? What is receiving the verb? What is being ended? Wer oder was wird beendet? Die Zusammenarbeit, their collaboration with him, that's what's being ended here. So die Zusammenarbeit is going to be in the accusative case. Die Zusammenarbeit mit ihm. Now this is a prepositional phrase. It's very small, obviously, but mit ihm. So ihm is in the dative case, right? Because mit always uses the dative case. Like I said, there are some prepositions that use both the accusative and the dative depending on how you're using them. Mit is exclusively with the dative case. And then again down here, so here's an example of this sentence here. Eine Anklage wegen unsicherer Belästigung eines 18-Jährigen. So in this sentence, they actually, this says, a complaint of indecent harassment of an 18-year-old male. Well, they actually don't explicitly state that this is a male, but one way that you can determine that is by looking at this word eines right here. So this right here is in the genitive case because again, it's saying indecent harassment of an 18-year-old person. But you can see here by this es, this is the masculine version of the genitive. So that tells you that this 18-year-old that they're referring to here is in fact a male. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to do more of these learning type videos. I know this was kind of abruptly ended, but I just reached the 15-minute mark. I'm probably gonna have to edit some of this out. So again, vielen Dank für das Zuschauen, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks.